Yo, yo, everybody. Yo, what's going on, everybody? How's everyone doing? Hey, there's my mom. Mathis says, hola. What's up, everybody? We've got a few people in here. Good morning, everyone. Tate always says good morning, regardless of what time of the day it is. Somebody give that man a neck. That's all I've got to say. I got to call his parents or something and tell them to go in there and give him a neck. Because, I mean, come on, man. Just it ain't morning. Let's see who all we got in here. I know we got Kate, Mathis. What's up? My mom. What's up? Buenos tardes, mi amigo. All right, we got Lucas in here. Meredith is in here. Caitlin's in here. Catherine's in here. All the K's are in here. Kyle, obviously Meredith is in here as we were talking. Meredith has just opened up my eyes and opened up my world for something that I didn't know was a thing, and that is online PE. She says that her coaches make videos where they do exercises and you have to do them with her, or you have to do them with the PE teacher or whatever. So I need to know, is this a thing for everybody or is this just at her school or what? Because that's really funny to me. So I've decided that I think I'm going to make a series of workout videos so that everyone can learn how to work out and get fit and in shape with Kyle. I think that would be absolutely hilarious. We've got 13 people in here. We've got Connor says he's up in here. He's saying what up to Lucas. I have to go eat dinner, but I'll watch this later, says Lucas. Oh, come on, Lucas. Man, haters gonna hate, I guess. Lucas is gonna Lucas, I guess. Tristan said, go eat dinner, Lucas. Tristan, that's not what we need. We need him to not eat dinner so he can hang out with here. You will just dance, not work out. Yeah, but you can do workout dances. I was going through YouTube. I've been just real bored. And so today I was going through YouTube and just looking at stuff. And there's this guy who does workout dance videos, and they're really funny. And he does all these little things or whatever, and he does them in just repeated dance steps that give you a good workout. So I think I'm going to have to do those. Maybe I'll film myself doing those. I think that would be hilarious. What's everyone been up to? I know that some people had spring break this week, which is kind of weird. It's I guess it's because you don't have schoolwork or whatever, but I feel like this whole time has kind of felt like a spring break. Ashley, what's up? Everybody say what up to Ashley. Let's go ahead and jump in on some fun questions because we weren't here last week. And so since we weren't in here last week, I want to just kind of catch up with you guys a little bit. Let's see, what should we do first? Okay, here's a good one. So everyone probably is feeling very bored right now. That's kind of been the case for me. I just find the days seem just very, very long. And so I just have been getting so bored. And so because of that, my question for you is, have you started doing anything that maybe you haven't done in a long time? Maybe you never really do consistently, or have you started doing something that you've never done before, or just something super random? Have you started doing something just because of how bored you've been that you either never would have done before that, or you stopped doing a long time ago, or whatever it is? For me, I'm not a big workout guy, but I have actually been running kind of consistently. I know, shocker. Everyone hold your applause. But I've actually been running, which I normally hate running, but I've kind of enjoyed it recently. The weather's been really good, and I guess it's making me feel better and whatnot, as opposed to just laying on my couch all day watching TV and movies and stuff. So I've been doing that, trying to learn how to do magic. Tate, I've got to see this. Tate, you've got to make some magic videos for us, and I'll post them on the Instagram so everyone can see. Tristan says, Rachel is trying to teach me how to play guitar. That is literally perfect. That's the type of response I'm looking for. Magic, learning how to play the guitar. Caitlin's learning how to play the guitar. Caitlin, you should FaceTime with Tristan and Rachel so that Rachel can teach you as well. Meredith says she started teaching her sisters how to play softball. All right. Meredith, did you used to play softball? I didn't, or do you still play softball? I don't even know if I knew that if you did. But I guess obviously you know how because you're teaching the sisters how to be pros at it. If I get it good enough, I will send. Tate, I honestly think that I would rather see you not be good at it because I think that would be hilarious. So just send progress videos is mostly what I need. What up, Andrew? Meredith said she used to. I might try sewing gnomes. All right. Kyle running. I know. Mathis, we got to get on some races. And look, I think we can all agree that Mathis and I could probably run together even during this time because social distancing wise, there's no way that she could ever keep up with me. And so she would stay just far too far, like just way behind me the whole time. So I think we could probably be running partners, is my guess. What up, Rachel? Parker says biking really fast. When did you learn how to ride a bike, says Tristan. Parker, like you're riding a bike really fast, just like for extended amounts of time, or you're like just like riding as fast as you can for like just like down your street and then you turn around and do it back. Parker says he been no. Wow, cool. Parker been no. That is that's great. Awesome. So I know that we've got a lot of our seniors in here have decided where they're going to college, and that's really exciting. So you guys should all just put those in the comments if you've decided where you're going, so everyone can shower praise upon you. And while you're doing that, I'm going to ask my next question. So here's my next question. My brother asked this one. I thought it was a good one. Walks on Falls Lake, dude. Connor, that is the move right there. 6 feet ahead of you, Mathis. There's no way you could never beat me at a race. Short distance or long distance. I'm calling you out, Mathis. We're doing this. What is the first restaurant that you are, once all of this is done, what's the first restaurant that you are going to go to and sit down and order a meal in and eat at that restaurant? That's my question. I'm trying to think what mine would be. I don't actually know. I like a lot of restaurants around, but honestly, I don't eat inside of a lot of restaurants, like because I'm normally solo dolo, so I like to get stuff to go when I get food. But I would say like maybe Chick-fil-A, maybe Penn Station. I love Penn Station. I go in there, they know me, and they're like, "What's up, bro?" And I'm like, "What's up, my bros?" So maybe just to support the homies, I would choose Penn Station. Let's see. Aaron says Gonza. Gonza's a good call. That's a fun place to eat inside too, because it's just kind of a cool spot. Los Tres says Tristan. Man, we are killing it on the we're killing it on the Mexican restaurants right now. Golden Corral. Tate, that's what I'm talking about, man. Go get you some of those rolls. Oh man, Golden Corral. What a place to just let's go full in on sharing food together. Ashley says Gonza. Wowee. Does that mean that's your choice and man, I love it? Or does that mean I love Gonza? Oh, yes. Okay. She is saying that she loves it and wants to go there. So Rachel, Aaron, and Ashley are now all going together, probably hand in hand once we're allowed to do that, to Gonza. Mathis says Goodberries. That's a good choice, Mathis. Except Goodberries may be close enough to like something that you could get away with actually going to now, unless they're closed. I don't really know. Taco Bell says Meredith. Beautiful. I mean, you've never been truer, Meredith. Taco Bell is so great. Kate also says some type of Mexican food. Let's see. What else do we have? Sushi, one for sure. I'm not a big sushi guy, so I don't agree with you. But Connor would probably be down to hit that up with you, Park. Penn Station is not good as carry out. Yeah, it's not my favorite. Because I like to get like hot subs, and subs get cooler faster. Like you can get like to go pizzas and stuff, and those are like plenty hot when you bring them home. But like subs don't really do it for me. They get like because the bread gets a little soggy and whatnot. Let's see. Taylor says tropical smoothie and touch my face. Excellent. Catherine is in on Gonza as well. That's good. She's going to be hand in hand with you guys. I've been to Goodberries multiple times, says Ashley. So there you go. Just had Moe's earlier. it's better than Chipotle. Andrew, that is just false. That's not true. Chipotle is definitely better. I need everyone to tell Andrew how wrong he is in the chat. If you agree with Andrew, I don't want to hear you in the chat. This is just for people to tell Andrew how wrong he is. Let's see. I got a quart of good berries a couple nights ago. It's a move. It's a move. All right. Parker, sushi 9 or 1 is my favorite by far. There you go. Connor and Parker. They can go hand in hand to this sushi place that I will not be attending with them. Let's see. Yeah, Chipotle versus Moe's. No way, says Andrew. Well, who cares? Mathis, Moe's is superior. Not true. Mathis thinks she can beat me at a race, so her word is already invalidated. Chipotle is so much better on all levels. Parker, you're definitely right. Not only is all of the food better, but you also they give you much more food, and it's normally higher quality. Moe's normally is like, hey, here's cold meat and not very much of it, but hey, at least we're going to give you stale rice and a ton of it. That's annoying to me. I had Chipotle last night. Moe's is better. Meredith, get out of my chat room. Chipotle better than Moe's. Chipotle fam. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, but Aaron, have you had the new they have new white queso at Chipotle. And so unless you've had that, you now can't speak to Moe's queso being better. Previously, I would have agreed with you, but they now have new queso. So you should give that a try. Let's see. Hey, Rachie Gentile, I miss you. Aw, so sweet. I want to go to Gonza too, says Jordan. Well, Jordan, sorry, they said that they were capping it at 4, so you can go separately and you can look at them, but they're not allowing you to sit at their table. Kyle's right. Chipotle queso is even better too. I don't know if I'm necessarily saying that it's better, but I'm just saying they came out with brand new queso like 2 weeks ago. You literally have to pay for queso at Chipotle. You have to pay for queso at Moe's as well. This is not a good argument. You don't have to pay to get salsa, but you do have to pay for queso at Moe's and at Chipotle. So this is not a good argument, Taylor Ward, and you are not going to win this. It's not even close to true. Jordan can come. Nope, not what I heard. So, whatever. You have to play it both. See, Kate gets it. I don't even like queso, says Meredith. See? Meredith is simple. She doesn't need no queso. She doesn't need no stinking queso. Shanna says Moe's has free chips and salsa. See, that's where Moe's does it for you for sure. That means a lot. There's a lot of meaning to getting free chips and queso, free chips and salsa. I wish that were true at Chipotle, and it really annoys me that it's not. But as far as like the burrito or the bowl or whatever, I think that Chipotle is far superior. All right, here's the other thing. I've been watching a ton of shows, ton of movies, whatever. I'm on a show kick right now. I don't know if you guys agree with this, but I'm either watching shows or I'm watching movies. I don't like to do like both. I will either watch just a bunch of movies at a time or I'll watch like all the way through a show at a time or whatever. I don't really like switch back and forth. So right now I'm at shows. And so what I need to hear from you guys are what are some of your favorite shows? Because I want to hear just whether I've seen them or not, but also if I haven't seen them, I want to know if they're good and if I should take the time to watch them. So hit me up. Low quality chip tastes like rubber, says Parker. See, man, shots fired. I don't actually hate their chips. I can see where you're saying as far as they taste like rubber, and you definitely get some low quality ones, but the ones that are better, which you can always get and you can get more of for free, I don't think are that bad. I also don't ever get chips at Chipotle. I just feel like out of I don't know. I just feel like I think it's lame that you have to pay, so I don't want to pay for them. Let's see. We've got 0 people so far with the favorite shows. That may be because we're just behind, or it also could mean that none of you guys are helping me out in this poll, in which case we can just move on. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. Let's see. I'm trying to think of stuff that I've watched recently that has been good. I don't know. Oh, here's something for you guys. I don't know if we've talked about this or not. I watched Frozen 2, all of it. I finished it, done with it, watched the whole thing. to start off, I loved Frozen 1. I thought it was great. I thought it was sweet and sad and whatever, but I thought it was great. Frozen 2, overrated. I didn't like it very much. I was not a Frozen 2 fan, and I'm sad to say it. Like, I thought that there were good parts, and I thought, oh, this is nice, and I thought it ended well, and some of the stuff was really great. But man, I just thought it was a bit overrated, and I just didn't love it that much. And so I need to hear from you guys. Am I super wrong about that? Or I don't know. Yeah. What do you guys think? Am I wrong about that? Do you agree that it was definitely not as good as the first one? Um, should I give it a rewatch? Or am I right that it just like while it was fine, it wasn't the best movie ever? It's possible. I'm gonna check right here because it's possible that the chat is not working on my thing. So I'm gonna check that out right now because if it's not, then I need to figure that out. Oh, yep. See, okay. My chat stopped working on my page. That's why I haven't been able to see all this stuff. So now I'm gonna scroll back up and I'm gonna start looking at stuff. Yeah, very sorry about that. The salsa is really good. I like chips. Grey's Anatomy. Okay, Catherine. See, everyone loves Grey's Anatomy, so I may have to give that a look. All American on Netflix. Mathis, I've seen the first season of that, but I have not seen the second. So maybe that's something I need to jump on. McFlurry's tastes like plastic. I don't think that's true. If you love West Wing, you should watch Madam Secretary. West Wing is one of my favorite shows ever, so I should watch Madam Secretary for sure. Sorry, I'm really jumping through these, but since for some reason on my stream page, my chat stopped working, I'm having to now flip over to where I'm watching my own self, which is really uncomfortable. So I actually really hate this. Let's see. All American 10 out of 10, says Andrew. So agreed. Madam Secretary, we got a second vote for. Let's see. Frozen. Oh, so good. Frozen 2. See, maybe I was wrong. You better tread lightly with Frozen 2. Frozen 2 equals terrible, says Mathis. So I did not think it was terrible. I just thought it was not nearly as good as the first one and not that great. Last Dance about to be a movie. All right. Yeah, let's see. Let's go through these and then I'll talk about that. Frozen 1 is better. Very, very true. No, Frozen 1 is better, but Frozen 2 is good. Dance Moms. I don't think you're going to catch me watching Dance Moms, but we'll see. Let us see. Frozen 2 is a different vibe. Frozen 1 is light and airy. Frozen 2 is deep and thought-provoking. See, I don't even know if that's true because I thought that the sadness was maybe more extensive in Frozen 1, but maybe that's just me. Doesn't it have JoJo Siwa? I don't know what that is. Sorry. Yes, JoJo is on there. Yeah, don't know what that is. Sorry. So who is planning on watching The Last Dance tonight? So if you don't know what this is the Michael Jordan. This is the Michael Jordan documentary. It was supposed to come out later, and then they decided because of the because of the quarantine, they were going to start coming out with it now. So who's planning on watching it? I know I am. I've got my shirt on. I've got my Jordan shirt on. It's like the only one I have. I've got my Jordans on. Boom. I'm pretty sure they're fake. That's probably why I was able to buy them because otherwise they probably would have been insanely expensive. But hey, let's see. Connor, can you give me your ESPN creds? Connor, we'll figure that out. Tate is going to watch it. Tristan's going to watch it. Parker's going to watch it. Kate has her yellow socks on. Everyone say what up to Kate's yellow socks. I think that would be fun and funny. Heck yeah. So that's what I'm going to be watching tonight. So that will definitely occupy some of my time because I think it'll be really cool to watch that. Also, before we do anything else, I just need to say, I went to the grocery store the other day and I was going to buy some wheat thins, if you will. And as I was going to buy them, the only family pack they had, which is the one I like to get because it has more, the only family pack that they had were the sun-dried tomato and basil. This is what they look like. So have you guys had these? Because if you haven't, you should, because they're like the greatest things I've ever eaten in like maybe my whole life. So just a random recommendation for you guys. Those are so good. Solid choice. The greatest wheat thins ever created. Yes! I'm glad that I have struck a chord. We all agree. tomato and basil, sun-dried. Got to be sun-dried. Tomato and basil wheat thins are the move. I'm glad that you guys all agree with me. So I know, well, good with pimento cheese. See, I don't really eat pimento cheese, but I will take your word for it for sure. They go great with any cheese. See, I should throw some. I got them originally to put cheddar cheese on, but they tasted so good without anything on there that I've just been eating them straight up. Wheat thins are the best. See, I agree. So I had a couple quick things to hit. The first is, I don't know if any of you guys watched the service this morning, but we are actually going to be doing something called Grace Worship Madness coming up this week. And so in the comments or in the description down below, you'll see where I have our Instagram is posted. The link to our Instagram is posted, but also the link to Grace Worship Madness. Basically, what we've done is we've taken 16 of the songs that we like to sing on Sunday mornings at Grace. You guys will know most, if not all of them, even if you don't come to Grace on Sunday mornings. But this week, we're going to vote on them. So what I need from you guys, or what I need you guys to do, is go check that out. Go watch the video with all of the stuff about it, and then print a bracket out and post your brackets or send your brackets to me filled out so that I can see what you're thinking. And then on Thursday, I am going to, you can follow the Grace Raleigh Instagram, or if you follow mine, I will be reposting those. And you can vote on your favorite songs for the first round. And we start out with 16 songs, and after Thursday, there's only going to be 8. So this is something we all need to do because it's going to be really fun, and I want to see what you guys pick and what you guys think are the best songs. So make those brackets and check out those things. I think it's going to be really cool and really fun. So thumbs up for that. I think that should be really cool. Kyle, you should be an actor. Meredith, you know what? Maybe I should. I'm going to take that as you saying maybe I should act like when I'm super old and I get fired from Grace because of how old I am, versus saying I should leave as the student pastor so that I could be an actor. I'm just kidding. Obviously, I know what you mean. And Meredith, that means so much to me. You are truly blessing my heart with that. I realized that I would probably like acting mostly because I like just being dumb for people. I think that it's funny to act like a dummy and for folks to laugh at me. Speaking of that, that was the other thing. I'll maybe make another reference to this, but if you haven't watched the high five video that we made called Quarantine High Fives, you can go, it's on the same channel that you're watching this video on, the Grace Raleigh Students YouTube channel. You should definitely go and find that find that video and watch it, because we went around to a bunch of different houses and I put gloves on and high-fived a bunch of people and then ran away from him. It was really funny. My brother Jay helped make the video, and it was hysterical. So if you haven't watched it, you need to go watch it when we get done with this, because it is a hilarious video that my brother made for us, and you'll see a lot of familiar faces in it. So definitely go and check that out. The final thing I had, I know that last week I talked about this book, Union with Christ. As I've been reading it more, the more I think that this is like just an incredible book for students to read. So I threw out to the high schoolers that if you guys would want to, we could maybe go through this book as like a book study or something, where maybe once a week we get on to like a call on like Zoom or something, and we can just kind of talk through some of it. If that seems like something that you maybe want to do, hit me up. Or if you want more info on this book or how to buy it or whatever, hit me up about that, because it is an awesome book. And if you didn't watch, I made an Easter video talking about Easter and read a passage from this book that was really cool and really good. So if you haven't checked that out, once again, you can go to the Grace Raleigh Students YouTube page, which you're on now, and check that one out as well. I love that. So this week, I know a lot of you guys have been going through it. We've been going through the Union with Christ devotion on YouVersion app. And that's been really cool. I've loved to see the stuff that you guys are reading and talking about and stuff like that. I loved what the devotion was today, to the point that that's actually what we're going to be talking about a little bit tonight. And so I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram post I posted the other day. It was something that I had highlighted. But I wanted to tell you a story from this book that before I read that quote that I posted on Instagram. But basically, this guy was talking about how this girl worked at Disney World. Fun job, I'm sure. But this girl was Mickey Mouse at Disney World. So basically, she would put on a Mickey Mouse costume, and she said it really opened her eyes up to what it looks like and what it means when we become in Christ. And I know that we've talked a little bit about having union with Christ, about connecting with Christ, about what it means to, when we say yes to Jesus, what that means for us, and that it means that Christ covers over us. And that's what the Lord sees when he looks at us, is Christ, because Jesus died for us. And so let's see. So it said she felt safe and loved, covered in Mickey's righteousness. Said, Lord, is this what it's like to have masses of people run towards you with joy, excitement, and eagerness? This is another way to picture what it means for you to be in Christ. You are completely safe, hidden in him. He represents you before the Father. He covers you, your sin, your shame, your weakness, but he covers you in a very real way, not as a temporary fiction. Being in Mickey or any other mask we hide behind is to masquerade in a false identity, but being in Christ is to discover our true God-given identity. You are alive in him, moving with him through this world, clothed in his benefits and blessings. You are in Christ. Now, this next part is something you've heard before. It's one of my literal favorite things that I've ever read in my whole life. I've read this. I read this at the first fall retreat we did because I just think it's incredible. To be found in Christ means you don't have to prove yourself anymore. Your frantic attempts to find or craft an acceptable identity, or your tireless work to manage your own reputation, these are over and done. You can rest in Christ. You don't have to be intimidated by anyone ever. Who are you? You are in Christ, and you no longer need to fear the judgment of God. When God looks at you, he sees you hidden in Christ. This is freedom. This is confidence. This is good news. I absolutely love that. Basically, what he's saying here is that when we say yes to Jesus, when we give our lives to Christ, we are saying, Christ, you come and take over my life. And to the point that our sin is forgiven because Christ has taken over and taken control of our lives, that when God looks at us, he sees his own son. He sees the righteousness of Jesus, not because of what we've done, but because Christ is now in us and Christ is covering us. And I know that the last time we talked about that, I used that quote to say that we shouldn't be trying to seek false identities. We shouldn't be trying so hard in all of these other things and to be identified in these other ways. And while that is true, I think it's also great to just look at the literal meaning of that. At any time that we feel less than worthy, any time that we feel less than loved, we can point towards this fact and point towards this knowledge that the Creator with me. I need you to be with me. I want to have a relationship with you while you are on earth, but also forever in heaven in a perfect eternity. And that is true value, and that is true worth. And I absolutely love that. And in the devotional today, that was kind of talked about, but he talked about how union with Christ is that Christ has taken over us. And that fact doesn't change. When we have Christ, we have Christ. We don't ever disconnect from him. There are times where we maybe grow a little bit farther from him, but that doesn't change the union that is with Christ. And it reminds me of, I was thinking about it, maybe the relationship with my brother. Some of you guys got to meet him last week when we were making the high five video. A lot of you guys watched a couple weeks ago when he jumped on the Sunday Night Live train with us, and we were getting to talk a little bit. But I think about it like this. So my brother Jay, because we were born and have the same parents, we are brothers. We are united as brothers forever, right? That doesn't change. There's nothing that changes about the union of us as brothers. But that doesn't mean that at times there is a different level of closeness. There's obviously a huge difference between last week, he came and stayed with me, and we spent all day, every day, and at nighttime, we spent that whole week together. Just spending time, like getting to hang out and play disc golf and talk and make videos and do all of this awesome stuff together. When I'm doing that, and when we're having that time together and that time spent together, then obviously there is a lot more of a closeness there than at times where maybe I don't get to talk to him for a couple weeks, or I don't get to see him for a month or a couple months, right? Are we still brothers? Yes, we're still brothers. Our union is still the same. Nothing changes about the fact that Jay and I are brothers. But what changes is not our union, but our communion. The amount of time that we spend together, growing closer together, or investing our time into our relationship. And when we do that is where we move from simply having the fact that we have this union to actually the joys and the enjoyment that comes from having a brother that I love so much. And that's today, I think, what the heart of the devotional was saying that union with Christ is something to be loved and to be cherished, because it is forever and constant. It never goes away. We are never disconnected from Christ. Christ is always within us and is always representing us when we give our hearts to him. But what does change is at times we don't take the communion part seriously. We don't take the time to say, I want to enjoy this relationship. I want to pursue the joys that come from that type of relationship. In the quote that I read earlier, it talked about, you are alive in him, moving with him through this world, clothed in all of his benefits and all of his blessings. The deal is, guys, all of those are at our fingertips, but they come, and they come to their fullest extent when we are pursuing them, when we're going after Christ. In the reading plan for the whole church, there was one reading this week that said, "Ask and it will be given to you." That doesn't mean that you can ask for anything and Jesus is just going to give it to you. But what that does mean is, as you are pursuing Christ and as you're pursuing his joy and pursuing his understanding and saying, I want to know what it means to have a joy and have a passion and have a love for you, as you do that, then the union, that constant union and that forever union that you have with Christ becomes so much more clear, becomes so much more valuable, and there's so much greater joy that comes from that union. And so I would say that this is basically a two-part thing. One, union with Christ. When you give your life to Christ, that becomes all that you are, that becomes your identity. You are now eternally loved and you are eternally valuable, given to you by the creator of the universe. Rest in that. Don't try so hard all the time to find your identity in other things. Rest in that fact. And two, this Christ that has done this for you and resides inside of you wants you to come to him and say, hey, not only do you have this blessing, but I want to shower more and more blessings on you. I want you to experience the full and utter and complete joy that comes from being united with me. And that only happens when we decide to not only be united in Christ, but to have this communion with him, to go and spend time with him through prayer and through scriptures and through having discussions about him and through reading and all of these things. And for that, I say, what if we did it this week? What if we took the time this week to say, man, I want to find some of these fruits. I want these fruits to come out. I want to experience this joy and the sweetness. I don't just want to be the person who has this true of them. I want this to be something that I get to experience to its fullest, because I know and I've heard that there's nothing greater and that there's nothing better. To me, reading this book and going through these devotions that we've been going through have been so great for me to remind me of these things, because it's so easy to get stagnant and to just say, yeah, I'm a Christian and that's good and that's enough. And while that's not necessarily false, I would say that it isn't true, in that there is nowhere near the joy that comes from that. And the Lord wants you pursuing him wholeheartedly. And he doesn't just want that for his benefit, but for yours. So this week, make sure you're on the YouVersion. I know I say it every week. We'll have another reading to go through this week, or maybe it'll be even longer this week. We'll see what it looks like. I'll send those to you, and let's jump on and do that. As well, like I said earlier, let's jump on and I would love for you guys to really jump in and do the Grace Worship bracket. I think it would be so much fun for you guys to get to vote, because we don't need these old people deciding these brackets for us. So we got to get some young energy. Excuse me, we've got to get some young energy in there. Make sure you're following the Instagram so you see stuff. Check out the other videos on the page, especially the high five video, and especially if you didn't get to watch the Easter video last week, check that out as well. I hope you guys are having an awesome week, and maybe hit up your small groups this week, see how everyone's doing, hit up some people, hit up some friends, check on some folks, have some great conversations, and let's yes, I am calling you old, Howard, you old man. But man, this was great. I love getting to hang out with you guys. I love y'all so much. And can't wait to do it again next week. Hopefully we will get to see you guys very, very soon. I love you guys.